Hi, good morning everyone. This is Mistah Chopsticks. And today we're going to examine the relationship between Japanese and Chinese. First, let's look at the conversation between the Chinese person Xiaoming and the Japanese person Tanaka-san. 俺は午前中に娘からの手紙を受け取りました。I received a letter from my daughter in the morning. What? Japanese are so strange. Why did your mom send you toilet paper? That's so weird, man. Ha ha ha. Ming-san, 大丈夫ですか? Why are you laughing so hard? 大丈夫. Well, I think I'm manly enough.
We Japanese are familiar with the Chinese characters. That's why if I look at the Chinese sentences, somehow I can guess the meanings. Also, we cannot read properly. So if we look at one character, I can somehow understand. But the sentence, totally I don't have a maybe wrong impression.
Honestly, I don't understand many of them. Like, for example, the character East, I think, it looks really similar to car. So then, like, those kind of subtle differences, it's really hard to distinguish.
I found a lot of kanji, which is the Japanese characters. They sound quite similar to Chinese characters that we normally use, no matter in Mandarin Chinese or in Cantonese Chinese, since I speak Cantonese. So it's quite easy for me to learn Japanese when I was at the very early stage.
When I first saw Japanese, there are many Chinese words inside. So first impression for me would be it's kind of similar to Chinese, but I'm not sure about like all these different characters and their meanings.
Do they really understand each other or not? What's the relationship between Japanese and Chinese? During the Sui and Tang dynasty, China was a very powerful country in East Asia. With a strong soft power, Japanese was drawn to China to learn more about the civilization and language. When the two civilizations first met, there was no written language for Japan. So when Japanese scholars came to China, they adopted the Chinese script in order to create their own written language and make written communication in Japan possible. Not only were they able to amplify the vocabulary by adding into more Chinese words, but also be able to record events in written languages. Thus, many Japanese words have Chinese words and Chinese characters. However, the borrowing of language was definitely not one way, and the Japanese language had in fact helped influence the modern Chinese language into what it is today. During the 20th century, Japan first started its westernization and had more interactions with Western civilizations, and therefore Japan was firstly able to translate many concepts from Western academics and social science compared to China. Because of the similarity of Japanese and Chinese characters, kanji, it was easier for Chinese to adopt arbitrary terms from Japan such as democracy, 民主. Words like revolution, 革命. Modernization, 现代化. Universe, 宇宙. Philosophy, 哲学. During the modernization of China, the Qing dynasty was trying to absorb advanced technology and knowledge from Japan. In 1906, China sent a large number of students, up to 13,000 to Japan, and translations from Japanese made up most of the translations into Chinese, with the majority of these translated works originating from the West. Chinese reform leader Kang Youwei once even said, "I regard the West as a call and the Japanese as a farmhand, while I myself sit back and enjoy the food." In the recent decades, the Japanese pop culture has also influenced the modern Chinese quite a bit. Examples like this pop culture words include manga, animation, 漫画. Words like expert, 达人. Words like popularity, 人气. Words like strategy guide, 攻略. However, in Taiwan, Taiwanese Mandarin received more foreign influence from Japanese language due to the colonization period. For example, lunchbox. In Taiwan, we translate that into 便当, and in mainland, we translate that in 饭盒, rice box. And this Japanese decoration in Taiwan is directly translated into tatami. And these words are rarely used in mainland China in daily language. One thing to note is that even many Chinese terms are borrowed from Japanese language. Part of them were in fact created by Chinese language, redefined in Japan, and returned to Chinese language. This interactive influence is what makes Chinese or Congo unique. One example of such term is called liberty. In ancient Chinese, it means at will, at one, please, with a bit of negative conjugation. But in Japanese, it means liberty and freedom, and they use that in modern Chinese as well.
So, what does this all mean? Overall, despite the differences between the two countries, the wars and conflicts, it is important to acknowledge that both countries have influenced each other in some way in order to create the Japanese and Chinese languages that we are using every single day. No one could always be a strong dominance in terms of cultural influence. We're all constantly influencing each other, and it has and always will be the case. Hence, it's important for different cultures to be friends, to acknowledge each other's differences, yet respect the traditions, to put aside the conflicts and pursue the common interest. As the Chinese teacher in the Slow Boat to China said, some things about our two countries are very similar, some things are very different, some things we understand about each other, and some things we do not. But isn't that true? The same with you and your friends. Even if they're your friends, some things they cannot understand, but if you make an effort, you can still become close. This is what I believe.